Now we got that guy Bob Blakeley. Now let me just tell you who Bob is. Bob Blakeley shocked the nation back in January with his incredible performance on The Voice. Now you'll remember, "Cry Me a River," and you think, like, as soon as he opened his mouth and started singing, everyone's jaw dropped, didn't they? And you think to yourself, wow, what a voice. Because I don't take this the wrong way, Bob. You don't look like your voice. I don't know what that means. I'm just going to put it out there and see. You don't look like
radio.
Your voice.
Much like ourselves.
Yeah. Did you find that everyone was very surprised when you started singing?
Oh, my God, yeah. I was just so pleased to be there, because just to get to the audition itself, you know, to the TV, it was from 30,000 auditions. I got down to the last 100.
When did you know you could sing? When did you know you had that fantastic voice? You do have a fantastic voice.
Oh, so kind of you say. I didn't start singing properly till 2007. Late in 2006, me and my wife used to go out, as most people do, for a drink and that. And if there was a karaoke machine, you know, like you do, I'd have a go, you know. So anyway, my wife said, look, we haven't got much money and you've always wanted to have a try at it. Let's see if we can get, you know, some gear together and start doing auditions and whatnot. So that's what I did, and it developed from there.
Yeah, but Bob, the thing is, right, sorry to interrupt you.
Okay.
Bob, you can sing, right? You can clearly sing. So no inclination to ever have done this earlier in life, or were circumstances such that
Are
you
you
just
saying
never
that
had
he's
the chance?
old?
But no, he's about the same age as us, isn't he, obviously? So, yeah, why didn't you do this 30 years ago?
Younger, I'd say.
Let him answer the question.
Well, you know what, Tim? It was bringing up families, you know, and things went from there, and it was one of Carol's children, Joanne, who applied for me online, and I used to rehearse songs in the back bedroom. Joanne used to come up and use the computer for different things. I heard the printer going, and next minute I turned around and he had this paper. There you are, there's your audition date for The Voice, you're doing it.
Fantastic,
and I turned around and I'm looking at Carol and Joanne, and I thought, I'm not arguing.
But, you know, it's interesting because you didn't win. You get knocked out and nobody turned round.
No, not at all, no.
So how did you get this record contract?
Well, when I did it, it was on the Saturday in January. I was in work the following morning at 6 p.m. Around about 1 o'clock in the warehouse where I worked, and there was no mobile signal. So Joanne phoned into the main office. She said, can I speak to Amelia? So anyway, when I got there, she said, somebody called Mike Batt wants to speak to you. I went, what? She said, somebody called Mike Batt. I said, do you know who Mike Batt is? I said, he's a music legend.
Yeah.
She said, well, anyway, he's going to phone you around about 1:45. You've got to come home. So I had to clock out at 1 o'clock. So
Did you get your Womble suit on the way home?
yeah. So around about 1:45, the phone goes, and I spoke to Mike. He said, listen, he said, we cannot let this opportunity go. He said, they didn't turn for you on The Voice. He said, but we've got to do something with you. He said, you're too good to let go.
Fantastic. So now the album is out. It's called Performance, and it's out now. On the album are tracks like Life on Mars, and Abracadabra, and Just One Smile, and Kites, and Whatever You Believe. And Cry Me a River is my favourite. And also the single, the forthcoming single, It Don't Mean a Thing. When we go in just a second, I'll play Cry Me a River and It Don't Mean a Thing. And maybe we'll play a little bit. What's your other favourite track? Give us another favourite track on there.
Well, I have two favourites, but the one that we had a little bit of difficulty with, only because it was tiredness. I'd been up since 5 in the morning, and it was around about 10:20 at night that we was recording Just One Smile, and there was one section that I couldn't get, so I just took the cans off and I walked out of the studio and said, Mike, I said, I'm going to have to leave it. Anyway, I went to sleep. Next morning we went back in the studio at 10:15, and by 11 o'clock we'd put the tracks down. Yeah,
and I like the way you're using the expressions that we use in the show business, cans and radio. Yeah. You're there on it all, so you're full professional now, mate. So, what do you want from it? Do you think ahead like that, or you just take each day?
I've never ever thought like that, Steve. The other night I was supporting Dionne Warwick at the O2.
Did it go well?
Oh my word.
But you couldn't, I mean, looking at your face now, you couldn't believe that you were there with Dionne Warwick.
No, and she was so lovely.
Yeah.
She was. But after I'd sang the opening song, where we did 6 numbers, and after I'd done the opening song, I was stood there and I was looking at the crowd and looking around the auditorium, and there was a thought came to me that I've never ever thought like that I just said to myself, Bob, this is you. This is where you're.
This is where you should be.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
Where I should be.
You do find yourself where you should be sometimes, don't you? And you think, this is it now. This
and
is
I've
great.
never ever thought like that, Steve. Ever.
No, but you should. I mean, you deserve it. You worked hard.
Yeah.
Have you kept your work on? I mean,
No, the commitments was too much. I had to put my notice in and leave that. Kerry Foods, to be fair, that's who I work for.
Yeah.
And I must admit, the management and staff were fabulous with me. They gave me the time to do all this.
Brilliant.
I wouldn't have been able to do it without them. So.
And I know that years ago you were a cab driver.
30 years.
But did you used to sing PLB, and all that? Did you used to sing in the cab?
Definitely, yeah. I did, yeah. I used to sing along to songs, and people, I'd be looking in the mirror and people were going...
Yeah.
I'm like, excuse me, sorry, I'm just getting into the song,
Well, you're laughing now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Bob Blakeley's debut album, Performance, is out right now, and from the album, we're going to play the single, which is It Don't Mean a Thing, and a bit of Cry Me a River, and also a bit of Just One Smile. So here it comes. Really nice to meet you, Bob. Good luck to you. See you again.
Thank you so much, Steve. Thanks, Tim. Thank you very much indeed. Now you say you're lonely. You cry the whole night through. Well, you can cry me a river. Cry me a river. I cried a river over you. Now you say you're sorry for being so untrue. Well, you can cry me a river, cry me a river. I cried a river over you. You drove me nearly out of my head, and you never shed a tear, babe. It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Do-wop, 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 do-wop. It don't mean a thing, all you gotta do is sing. Do-wop, 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 do-wop. Makes no difference if it's sweet or hard. I just give that rhythm every little thing you got. It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Do-wop, 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 do-wop. It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Do-wop, 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 do-wop. It don't mean a thing, all you gotta do is sing. Do-wop, 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 do-wop. Makes no difference if it's sweet or hard. I just give that rhythm everything you got. Don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Do-wop, 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 do-wop. Do-wop, 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 do-wop. Do-wop, 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 do-wop.
There goes Bob.
88 to 91 FM.
Got 19 to 5 now.